Good evening, 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 good evening. And welcome to Game Night on Thursday the 12th of February. Hope you are all doing well. Lovely to see you all. See, this sounds very loud to me. So continuing the conversation I was having with the chat, but I can turn down my headset so I don't sound as loud myself. But obviously I have no idea what the balance is like for you guys. Audio is good, so you can hear me fine. It doesn't sound like the game is overwhelming me. That's amazing. Hello, Neo7. First time chatter to tell me that the audio is good. Very grateful. Welcome on in. Don't see a dog. He's this side of the green screen tonight. You coming up, mate? Because somebody had a little accident this week, didn't they? Didn't they? Poor Pop. Come on then. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's very quiet, though. Here he is. Oh, okay, that's definitely not right. I'm going to have to go look at stuff. Right, one thing at a time. Yeah, why are the alerts so quiet? Is it because you're up here? No, down you go, pup. Good boy, you settle down now. I'll tell you all about his little accident in a minute. It sounds like alerts are dead quiet. Oh, hang on, is this a... Hang on a minute, have I seen something in my volume mixer? Control room's at 25, Discord's at 80, other Discord's at 80, operators at 25, that should probably be a bit louder. Right, let me do some sound testing. You come join the game and then I'll say things to you. Yeah, because that sounds very quiet. That's mildly better. But just mildly. Well, data leaks at 100, but I shouldn't have to be going into here to fiddle with these settings. I really shouldn't, I feel like. So yeah, bear with me. I'm just fiddling with sound stuff. Well, Chrome is down at 12, so that's probably what that's all about. Oops. If I play something else through Chrome... Okay, ambient music is now at the correct level. That's probably why the alerts were low. That's probably on account of Chrome being turned down to 12 for some reason. Control room doesn't have audio, I don't think, so that doesn't need any sound. Operator should be at 100. Discord's at 80 in case I need to have voice chatters in. OBS browser page, what is that? I don't know, but it's at 25 and I don't like it. I'm going to set that to 50. Right. And OBS is also at 50 for other technical reasons. Right. I think that's slightly better levels. I shouldn't need to go into Streamlabs. If someone else wants to do some bits or something, we can test the alerts out. But, you know, don't let me pressure you. First of all, thank you, JR, for that 19-month subscription, and to Brisbane for the 44-month subscription. JR, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and thank you for having me for 19 months. Brisbane, 44 months and the pipes are still leaking. Do we need to call the landlord again? That's still very quiet, isn't it?
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
That's still really quiet. But thank you for the 63 months, ABME. Game audio is quite hot. Let's just have the general mix down. No, I think the game audio is fine. Although if I turn my headset up, it does sound very loud at my end. Maybe everything else is just super quiet. Okay, I am going to go to Streamlabs, just see if there's anything I've muted there. Then we'll get on with the quiz. Lot to get through tonight. That's too loud. 15 is too loud for me, but... used to having things very quiet. Right! Dashboard. Alert box. Have I turned the volume down in Streamlabs? Somehow. Sound volume 76. Well, let's put it back to 100. That's for follows. Save. Subs. 76. Go back to 100. Save. Have I got to... Oh, fuck it. I've got to do them all separately. That's incredibly annoying. Right. Keep joining. I don't think this is it. I think they were probably correct at 76%. Save. sound volume, save. Right, that's everything back at 100% in Streamlabs, but I don't think that was the issue, if I'm honest. Maybe that's what that Streamlabs OBS page thing is in my sound settings, in the volume mixer sound settings. Oh crap, go away. Right. This is the sort of thing I probably should do. OBS browser page, it's probably that. I'll put that back to 100. Right. Someone else wants to test. In fact, I could probably do send my own test from Streamlabs, can't I? See if that makes a difference. Let me see. Preview. Better. But it's still not terribly loud, is it? If I turn the main mix down, you lose the game audio, and presumably me as well. Did that sound okay? It should really crash over the top of the game audio. It sounded pretty quiet to me. Put that down to 5. Let's just do another sub test. Does that sound okay? You just say that so I get on with the quiz. I'll do one more.
This is a subscription test.
I think the data leak bass track is too loud. The main thing is, can you hear me and can you hear the game audio? I think you're right, Adrian. I think this lobby bed is quite loud, generally. Anyway, I'm going to stop stalling. I just want to do the quick sound test because something has come slightly different and it's too loud in my headset for what it normally is, but such is life. Right, good evening to you all. Good evening and welcome to SJ, Topper, JR, Matt, Lupai, Stilgar, Shapes, TVP, Fluffy Bunny, Prugs, Fets, Brisbane, B, AB Me, Comradelac, Neo, CJ, Viator, Samsa, Cola, and anyone else who's lingering, loitering, and lurking in the chat. You're all most welcome to be here. Thank you for joining me this Thursday evening. Just the one stream for me this week. I'm taking the weekend off. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. I've had a cold sort of settling for the last couple of days and powering through it because busy weekend, so I'm away for the weekend. Going to see Darren Brown tomorrow for the 3rd time, which would be nice. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a slightly sucky week for various reasons. I'll tell you all about Dex and his injury later on. But for now, I think we're going to get on with the quiz. This is Data Leak. If you want to come and play, Universe Controller is right there. Room code is there as well as on the screen. This pack has been written by Shadowmain. Gentle reminder not to use search engines while we play, and also do come and join the Discord. Can someone note in suggestions that the Data Leak bed is probably a bit loud, and I'll look into just seeing if I can bring that down slightly. Into becoming a sheep? Why would I want to become a sheep? I don't need to be a sheep. I run hot enough. I don't need a built-in woolly jumper. Right, thank you to Shadowmain for this pack of Data Leak and to Stips and Zangle for proofing it. I hope you're ready to play. Let's lock the lobby and begin the game. Quick recap of how to play. Solve the puzzles as quickly as you can. Clues will be revealed every 10 seconds. The fewer clues you need, the more points you win. And get the answer wrong, you'll be frozen out for 8 seconds. Some puzzles need exact spelling. Good luck and have fun. Don't forget you can suggest the raid message. Flush Heap is more of a Cryptex meme rather than a Data Leak one. But those are the rules of the game. Lovely to have you all here. And thanks to Shadowmain again for the question pack. Let's play round 1. Round 1 is 5 degrees. You'll be presented with a category and 5 longer clues, all described in the same person, place, or object. Fast you solve it, the more points you win. Simple as that. Fingers on devices, please. For our first puzzle, we are looking for something to do with television. For 5 points. This show's creator was inspired by a trip to the Smithsonian's National Air and Space Museum's Apollo 11 exhibit. For 4, the show's filming site was deliberately flooded in 2013 to stop trespassers. For 3, a death metal cover of the show's theme song appeared in the credits of the 2025 movie 28 Years Later. Thought a couple might get it from that. For 2, the favourite items of the show's main characters include a bag, a hat, a ball, and a scooter. And for a single point, the eponymous characters are called Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe. It's the Teletubbies, and it also features a baby in the sun. The baby is in the sun, and it's also that thing from Rick and Morty where the sun is screaming because it's permanently on fire. Well done if you got some points out of that. Let's train the puzzle. And let's play on to puzzle number 2. We're looking for an historical figure for 5. She's buried at St. Peter's Church, Bournemouth. For 4, her mother was the writer, well done B, was the writer and women's rights activist Mary Wollstonecraft. For 3, she ran away and eloped with the poet who wrote Ozymandias. For 2, she was inspired to write her most well-known story at the suggestion of Lord Byron. And for a single point, which is called Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus. You got that. Mary Shelley, of course, known for her associations with Lord Byron, and yes, wrote Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, to give it its full and proper title. Well done if you got some points out of that. Let's train the puzzle and play on. Puzzle number 3. We're looking for a celebrity for 5. This English actor, born to Nigerian immigrant parents, initially wanted to be a spinal surgeon. For 4, she's been a guest judge on both Strictly Come Dancing and RuPaul's Drag Race. Effrontery, welcome to the game. Couple of solves there. For 3, her 2015 Broadway debut entered the Tony Award for Best Actress in a Musical. For 2, she won her second Grammy for her rendition of Defying Gravity. For a single point, she stars as Elphaba in both Wicked and Wicked for Good. Sort of flavour of the month at the moment, isn't it? With Wicked and that pair of films that came out. Yes, Cynthia Erivo was the answer. Well done if you got some points out of that. Let's train the puzzle. Moving on to puzzle number 4, we're looking for a toy for 5. It was introduced to the National Toy Hall of Fame in 2000. Few people getting 5 for an early punt. Well done there. For 4, the inventor's wife found this toy's given name in the dictionary, believing it to describe the toy perfectly. For 3, Richard James, a mechanical engineer in the US Navy, invented it by accident in 1943. For 2, Jim Varney and Blake Clark voiced a dog version of this toy in the Toy Story franchise. And for a single point, this helical spring toy can easily walk downstairs. Helical? Probably helical. It's a slinky, because of course it is. Well done if you got some points out of that. Yeah, slinky means having graceful movements. So the inventor's wife found that toy's given name in the dictionary. Oh, having graceful movements. Slinky. Seems to work. Well done. If you got some points there, let's train the puzzle. And move on to our final puzzle of the round. We're looking for a town for 5. During World War II, BBC radio services were broadcast from this town. For 4, John Bunyan wrote The Pilgrim's Progress whilst imprisoned in this town during the 1660s. 3, Ronnie Barker and Carol Vorderman were born in this town. There's a soul for 2. A UK-based Universal Studios theme park is slated to be built here by 2031. And for a single point, this English market town is the county town of Bedfordshire. It is Bedford, of course. Slightly trickier puzzle at the end there, but well done if you did manage to solve it. Give me a minute, I just need to send a very quick message. Sorry. Urgent messages coming in, urgent messages requiring responding. I'll drain the puzzle. Why don't I do that? Let's drain the puzzle. I've probably got some information I could tell you about that. Right, yes. So Bedford was the answer there. During World War II, introduced as BBC radio services were broadcast, and hello, pray. BBC radio services were broadcast from Bedford, introduced as somewhere in England. Bedford was one of many non-London broadcast locations used by the BBC. John Bunyan, who's imprisoned for preaching without a licence. Goodness me, how the world changes. But yes, very well done. If you did manage to get Bedford, county town of Bedfordshire. That is the end of round one. And Shadowmay, Maxio, and Effrontery and Prey, welcome all of y'all to the stream. Sam's got the lead with 17, Toots in second with 16, and Lou Sanders and Ralph are tied up in third with 14. Lovely to have Lou Sanders here. I think she's great, Lou Sanders. So welcome to the stream, Lou Sanders. Thank you for coming to join our little pocket of the internet here. That's the end of round one. Let's play on to round two. It's all a blur, and in this round you'll be presented with a picture. No, you won't. You'll be presented with a category. Read the instructions, Ben. And a blurred picture, which will gradually come into sharper focus. Faster you solve it, the more points you win. You get a cryptic clue at the 2-point mark to help you along the way. That's all there is to it. Answer it as soon as you can. There won't be any graphics on your devices, so look at the broadcast. Because otherwise you won't have any idea what we're talking about, will you? So it's all a blur. Okay, please get down. Please put me down. Hang on.
Please put me down.
There we go. So, it's all a blur. Puzzle number one. We're looking for a cultural festival. Oh, do you want to leave? For 5. Right. Come on. Here's your bed. For 4. So many people have been set ablaze in Black Rock, Nevada. And for 1. That's the Burning Man Festival, is what it is. Extra fun fact, I was legally married at this festival in 2023. Is that right, 8Minky? That is a fun fact. Welcome to the stream. Love to have you here. Well done if you got Burning Man Festival. Let's drain the puzzle and switch the TV off. On we go. Puzzle number 2. We are looking for a sporting personality. Apparently that hasn't read in properly. Okay, this is a dead question then. Apologies. Oh, I think I know why that's possibly happened. It's nice that there's a fallback image. Sorry, there's going to be another one like this in a bit. For 3. Okay, you might all get it at 2 because there's still the cryptic clue. For 2, this cool-handed darts player shares his first name with his little opponent. And for 1. Believe it or not, that's Luke Humphreys, so I think I know why this has happened. And I'm working on a solution to get around this. And it was really interesting. There were a couple of people put Luke Littler at the 5-point mark, so you were very, very close. So when players share images with me, I normally, I think the pack requests for PNGs or JPEGs, and I think a couple of the ones that were provided this time were WEBP files, which is normal, and that happens from time to time. It's not, not putting the blame on Shadowmane here. The blame is on me, because when I went to download them, rather than doing what I normally do, which is run it through a proper converter or screenshot it and paste it, and then save off a PNG, I've instead gone right-click, save picture as, and changed it to all files and added .png. So it's read into the game. It shows up on in Windows Explorer as a valid image, but obviously it doesn't ingest into the game properly, which I obviously didn't test beforehand. So apologies for that. I think there is another one that is going to be like this. It might be the third one. It might be the fourth. We'll find out in just a mo. Let's drain the question mark. No, we don't accept bitmaps, and I don't think it does GIFs either. Let's see what happens with number 3. Puzzle number 3 we're looking for. Yeah, it's another blank one. It's a video game, though. Just guess some video games. Missing number. Oni Lewis Score, welcome to the stream. More than just a blur. Yeah, sorry, man. There's nothing I can do about it. The game is stopped. Without restarting the game, there's nothing I can do about it because I can't re-ingest the pictures midway through. For 2, it's taking ages for Disney and Square Enix to finish this game's story. To be honest, I'm just glad that there's a fallback and it didn't completely crash the game. Which was, there was a non-zero chance of that happening. Kingdom Hearts, apparently Disney and Square Enix are taking a while to finish it, but having not played it, it's not something that's really on my radar. I wouldn't have got it from the picture, put it that way. Flyboy, welcome to the stream. Let's drain the puzzle on. I think it was just the 2 that came in as WebPB files. Let's see if this one works for us. Puzzle number 4, we're looking for, a musical for 5. For 3? No, for 4? Oh, bloody hell, man, wake up. I'm ill, it's no excuse. I'm just poorly. For 3. For 2, fun for everyone, have a fan or not. And for 1. Mamma Mia, with or without the exclamation mark, would have been fine. Yes, Mamma Mia, which I've never seen on stage. I quite enjoyed I think I enjoyed the film. I haven't seen it for years. Well done. If you got that, let's drain the puzzle. One more in this round. Hopefully, I think this one's a PNG, a genuine PNG, but we will find out. Puzzle number 5, we're looking for a singer for 5. Getting that nice and early, well done. For 4. For 3. For 2, thank you for this wicked question. Next. And for 1. That's the other one from Wicked, Ariana Grande, yes. And tonight's quiz is sponsored by Wicked. No, it's not sponsored by Wicked, but yes, we have had both Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande as answers now, and I think that's the end of the Wicked questions. Well done. If you got that, let's drain the puzzle and check in with the scores at the end of round 2. Sam has the lead with 31, Ralph's in second with 30, Toot is in third with 29, just 1 point separating first and second and third. Still much to play for with 3 rounds to go as we press on to round 3. Any other name, and in this round you'll be presented with 5 clues, no category here. All of the clues will be different descriptions of the same word or phrase. The faster you solve it, the more points you get. I'm just going to check with my notes. All of these can be solved with a single word, though there are some variants that have multiple words, mainly articles. Okay, and Logstar Go, welcome to the stream, and first time chatter as well, welcome to the game as well, lovely to have you here. Sounds like you've managed to find your way into the Universe Controller, welcome on in, and enjoy the game. We're playing Data Leak at the moment. Let's take a look at our first puzzle. As I said, no categories in this round, but tell me, what am I describing from these 5 clues? Here's the first. For 5. A Chinese pickup truck, also known as Great Wall Pow. For 4, a song by the White Stripes written in 1999. For 3, a type of artillery used to represent 10 armies in the board game Risk. 2, the surname of Tommy, who partnered with Bobby Ball to form a British comedy duo. And for a single point, a large mounted gun traditionally fired using gunpowder, which you might find on a pirate ship. That would be cannon. Cannon was the answer. Yes, in Risk, you get 10 armies is represented by a cannon. And yes, Cannon and Ball, of course, the comedy duo. Well done. If you got that one, let's train the puzzle. And press on to puzzle number 2. For 5. In the anime 7 Deadly Sins, an alternative alias of Harlequin, aka the grisly sin of sloth. For 4, a domesticated breed of utility pigeons, selectively bred primarily for meat production. 3, the developers of the Candy Crush Saga series of games. For 2, if this piece is attacked and cannot move to safety, a game of chess ends. And for a single point, a male monarch who rules either on their own or beside a queen. Hooray! Sea of Green, first one of the night. Always pleasing to see. That's king is what we wanted there. Yes, the fabled Sea of Green. Very well played. Everybody there. Let's train the puzzle. And go on to puzzle number 3. For 5. Part of Robert James Morella's professional wrestling ring name. Oh, JR not wasting any time there for 5 points. Well played. For 4, the mascot of the Phoenix Suns basketball team. For 3, an English virtual band founded in 1998. For 2, a popular brand of highly powerful glue. And for a single point, the largest living primates. Gorilla is what we're after there, or gorillas with an S or a Z. All were acceptable, and nearly another Sea of Green there, which is very encouraging. Let's train the puzzle. I don't think I ever heard Gorilla Sin's real name, yeah. Well, JR got that in about 3 seconds, I think, from that first clue. This JR is into wrestling. 4.12 seconds for JR to read that clue, parse the question, type the response, and get it marked correct. That's quick at the best of times, JR. Well played. Let's play on to puzzle number 4. I'm not going to tell you what we're looking for because there's no categories. Puzzle number 4 for 5. The stage name of League of Legends player Han Wang Ho. For the stage name of Omaha-based band 311's bassist. For 3, a purple-skinned puppet commonly used by Jeff Dunham. For 2, the Planters snack food company tragically killed off this iconic mascot in 2020. And for one, despite its name, this popular snack is actually a lagoon. It's Peanut is what we're after there. Yes, Mr. Peanut is the Planters snack food mascot. Yeah. We also accepted Peanuts or P-nut, the letter P, or P space nut. They didn't accept Mr. Dot. We didn't have Mr. Peanut down as an answer because Mr. Peanut wouldn't have fitted to all the clues. I think that was maybe that could have gone in there as well. But never mind. Take some moral points, Shapes. Moral points. Yes, and one word only. Yeah, if there's all one word will solve all the clues is your other takeaway from there. Let's train the puzzle. And one final one in this round. Take a look at this. For 5. A fictional motorcycle used by Kamen Rider 1, or Carmen Rider 1. Rider 1. Can't read tonight. Go on, what's going on? For 4, a series of electric guitars manufactured by Fender between 1997 to 2006, similar in style to the Mustang. For 3, Gladiator portrayed by Listus Ebosele, who joined the BBC Revival series in 2025. For 2, name given to Coney Island's iconic wooden roller coaster. And for 1, hurricanes and typhoons are regional names for this type of tropical storm that brings strong winds and lots of rain. It's a cyclone! You got me running in a cyclone, and it's associated that with Tony Hawk's 2 from being young. Cyclone is the answer, or cyclones, or the cyclone would also be acceptable. Yeah, I've not seen the latest series of Gladiator. I don't think I saw the last. Is it airing at the moment? It was series 2. Is it series 3 at the moment? I've made all 3 of them, and I've not seen any of series 2 or series 3. But I'm hearing good reports on the grapevine. Well, let's drain that puzzle. And the scores at the end of the round. Sam still in the lead with 43. B and Toot tied in second with 42. Ralph is in third with 40. 2 rounds to go, and it's all going swimmingly well so far. Silent Marine, welcome to the stream. Let's play on to round 4. It's the clue chain, and in this round you're going to be presented with a category and a single word or phrase that will gradually have more letters added to it. The faster you solve it, the more points you win. Spelling must be exact in this round, so do pay attention to the crossword clues, which I don't think are on the broadcast, but they should be on your universal controllers. You must have exact spelling. Right. 1 second. 2. Right, sorry. Clear instructions, that's the button I need to click. Right, there's one piece of punctuation in this. You must include the piece of punctuation. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening, Lewis, exactly. Let's take a... Yeah, so... no, I thought of something funny, I'll tell you later. Right, yes, you must include the punctuation here. Sorry, I'm distracted tonight. Let's play puzzle number 1. We're looking for a geographical landmark for 5. Right, Sam, Oni, B, for 4. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Giant's Causeway is what we're looking for there. I think it's just off the coast of Ireland, or the island of Ireland, certainly. And it's like rocks. Well, it's a causeway, I suppose, is what it is. The clues in the name, isn't it? Arun, welcome to the stream, my dude. Hope you're keeping well. Let's drain the puzzle and move right along to puzzle number 2. We're looking for a podcast for 5.
Must include the punctuation in this one as well.
Four. Three. Two. And for 1. You're Dead to Me is a history podcast hosted by Greg Jenner. Each episode combines a specialist historian with a comedian. That sounds rather good. I discovered a new podcast this week. The Rest is Science, which is hosted by the guy who used to be on Vsauce on YouTube and Professor Hannah Fry, both of whom I like very much. So that's another one of the Rest Is series that is good. I tend to listen to The Rest Is Entertainment fairly religiously now, and that one might have to come onto my Spotify list. But yes, that one, You're Dead to Me, is what we're after. Let's drain the puzzle. If I need a politics one, I don't tend to listen to The Rest Is Politics. I tend to listen to the news agents. The news agents, which is how the announcer says it, which is quite good. That's with Emily Maitlis and Lewis Goodall and John Soppel, I think is his name. John something. So anyway, on we go. Puzzle number 3. We're looking for a wrestling catchphrase. The Rest Is Podcast. Nice. For 5. I like that. The Rest Is Podcast. For 4. I thought JR likes wrestling, but he gets it for 4. There we go. He's living up to the reputation. Well played. For 3. And for 2. And for 1. Walk with Elias is the answer there. Catchphrase of Jeffrey Shulio, aka Elias. Catchphrase itself is a play on the WWE initials. Walk with Elias. Well done if you did get that. Most of us did get that eventually. Let's drain the puzzle and play on to puzzle number 4. We're looking for a song for 5. Played 8 for 3. For 2. And for 1. And it's a sea of green. Love to see it. In Love Potion number 9, which I must say I've not come across. First performed by the Clovers in 1959. Love Potion number 9. Very well done, everyone there. Let's drain the puzzle. One more in this round. Let's take a look at the category, because we're looking for a movie for 5. Played 8. We'll play the Podo Fets. Lou Sanders. Ugh, no. I'm getting 5 for 4 now. A 3. Oh, God. RNG, you bless us with your letters. And for 2. for 1. Yes, I think that's a line from Austin Powers. I'm just going to go and watch a movie. It's another Sea of Green. But Back to the Future, which to my shame I still haven't seen. I'm going to spend the weekend with my brother and his family, and he's a bigger nerd than I am. So, yes, I imagine I'll probably get a ribbing if I told him I still haven't seen Back to the Future. But everybody managing to crack that there, very well played. Let's drain the puzzle and check in with the scores. Sam has the lead, quite a healthy lead, 64. B in second with 56. Oni's in third with 54. Toot and Ralph not very far behind, 53 and 52 respectively. We've got one more round which could make all the difference, and it is the content filter. In this round, you're going to be presented with a category and 5 shorter clues, all of which will be contained within or connected to the answer. The faster you solve it, the more points you win. So, I'll give you the category and then give you clues which will gradually paint the picture of what we are trying to get from you. Let's start with this first one. There are 25 points still available, so it's still well, it's not anyone's game, but it's still some people's game. Sort of JR upwards could potentially still win, in theory. CJ up, Matt, Team Seed upwards could technically still win. ABME could technically still tie for first. So let's take a look at our first puzzle. We're looking for a company for 5. Lisa. For 4. Pippin. For 3. Magic Keyboard. For 2. MacBook. Hey, everyone getting it for 2 or more. Well played. And at 1, what do we expect is going to be there? Of course, it's the iPhone. It's Apple is what it is. Of course, it's Apple. Very well done there. Yeah, so the Apple Lisa was the first mass-market personal computer to feature a GUI, as in a graphical user interface, a screen, basically. The Apple Pippin was a short-lived multimedia platform and home gaming console. Apple doing games that'll never catch on. Let's drain the puzzle. And play on. Puzzle number 2. We are looking for a reality TV show. For 5, Donny Osmond. For 4, Alfonso Ribeiro. For 3, Arlene Phillips. For 2, Len Goodman. And for 1, Craig Rebel Hall. I should have done that the other way. Craig Rebel Hallward. 1. Len Goodman. 2. Did they do it with one hand? I don't watch Strictly. Strictly Come Dancing is the answer. Strictly Come Dancing. We also did accept Dancing with the Stars for that one, and SCD. Technical answer is UK Strictly Come Dancing. Osmond, Ribeiro, and Goodman have all been on the US version, which is it's known as Dancing with the Stars over there, but it is fundamentally the same program. Everything needs Strictly. You must be joking. I've been following. Yeah, again, Richard Osman and Marina Hyde have been saying it's going to go to a known quantity. I do not think I qualify. Famous as I am for my candlelight suppers in certain circles, I do not think I qualify as a Strictly host. It's not really my bag. You have to be passionate about it because you work, a ridiculous amount, and it's intense. Also, I'm not going to be hosting Strictly Come Dancing. Let's drain the puzzle and move on. Move on from that conversation. I'm not going to be hosting Strictly Come Dancing. Let's play on to puzzle number 3. We're looking for a mode of transport. For 5, leading bogey. Benjamin Bucket pronounced bouquet, absolutely. For 4, snifting valve. For 3, coupling rod. For 2, smoke box. And for a single point, cow catcher. They all belong on a steam train. We did accept steam locomotive, train locomotive, rail car, anything such as that. But yes, those all belong on a steam. So the cow catcher is the bit that goes on the front, which, given that it's that shape, presumably doesn't do a particularly good job of catching any cows. But yes, you can find all of those on a train. Let's train the puzzle. Railway. Is railway a mode of transport? I could have put vehicle, I suppose. Could have had vehicle. Cowcatcher makes a good wingman. I guess so. On we go. Puzzle number 4. We're looking for a drinks brand. Yes, Lewis and Purge, our resident train experts here. For 5, Kona. For 4, Natural. Peeps. 2, crystal. For 1, Max. Pepsi is the answer. Yeah, Pepsi Kona is Pepsi with coffee flavouring. Trialled in Philadelphia, but low sales prevented a full release. That's probably a good thing. Pepsi Natural with all natural ingredients and flavouring discontinued in 2011. Pepsi Peeps with marshmallow flavouring, which sounds like an abomination before God and man. Pepsi Crystal is a clear cola, and Pepsi Max is what you can get when they don't have Diet Coke at McDonald's or KFC, wherever it is that they don't have. Can I have a Coke, please? Is Pepsi okay? So obviously, they taste exactly the same. Let's train the puzzle. 1 question to go. Sam's got the gold medal locked up with 82. B in second with 70, but we've got a 2-way tie with 69 apiece for Ralph and Toot. So, still contention as to where those medals are going to go. Certainly silver and bronze. Best of luck. Puzzle number 5. We're looking for a book. For 5. Merry Christmas. For the affidavit. Affidavit, I think. For 3, ambergris. For 2, the Pequod meets the Bachelor. For a single point, the whiteness of the whale. Moby Dick. Those are all chapters from the book Moby Dick, I believe. First published in the UK as The Whale, before being released a month later in the US as Moby Dick. Very well done if you got that. Let's drain the puzzle. And at the end of the game, it's a bronze medal to Ralph with 71, a silver to Toot with 72. Way out in front with 85 points. Your gold medalist and champion tonight is Sam. Well, very well done, everybody, for another splendid performance. Oh, Mr. Fat Heath has just joined in there. Now I get it. Who was it who said he's rooting for Matt the Ref to win? Topper, rooting for Matt the Ref to win. Would have been ambitious coming in on the last question there, wouldn't it? GG's, everybody, GG's. And very well played to Sam. That's a tremendous score right in front, 85. Very well played indeed. Many thanks to Shadowmane for that pack and to Simpsons Angle for proofing it. I'm going to take a little break, probably go top up my squash and nip to the loo. Now is your opportunity to do the same as well. Go get yourself some drinks, some more snacks, stretch your legs, Pop to the loo if you need to. When I return in about 15 minutes time, we will be playing The Purge as written by Jogging. In the interim, Bamba is here to keep you company with another pack of Bamboozle, courtesy of Pokernuts, who's written it. And many thanks to Stimson's Angle for proofing this one as well. That'll be coming up on your screen, self-running game, in about 3 minutes time. So don't forget to claim the penny bonus before joining for Bamboozle. Again, you will need the universal controller for that. Make sure you refresh, because if you're already on for Data Leak. And I'll be back in about 15 minutes for the second part of tonight's game night, where we'll be playing The Purge by Jogging. I do hope you will stick around for the remainder of this evening's activities. Many thanks once again to Shadowmane for that pack of Data Leak, to Stimson's Angle for proofing it, and congratulations to Sam taking the gold medal, our Data Leak champion. I'll be back in a few minutes. See you soon. And we've got more game night coming up in a few minutes' time. Bamboozle to keep you occupied during the break, and when we return, or when I return, I should say, we'll be playing The Purge as written by Jogging. This pack of Bamboozle comes from Pokernuts. Thank you to Stimson for proofing Bamboozle, and of course to Lewis for proofing The Purge as well, which is coming up later on. Take this opportunity to stretch your legs, get some drinks and snacks, pop to the loo if you need to, and game night will return very, very shortly. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. And Matt the Ref, welcome to the stream. I have to say it because that's the rules in it. Lol.
joker, all cards in hand. I read the future on your command. I fly so high with you by my side. Now watch out, baby, cause you lose your mind. I don't wanna wake up, wake up. I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up, wake up. Gotta make it work. Let this dream me. Nothing's gonna stop me. Let this dream me. Be the one I wanna be. Let this dream me. Nothing's gonna stop me. Let this dream me.
Welcome back to the second part of this evening's game night, where it's time for the Purge. CDNQ is the room code if you want to come and play. Universal Controller is there. Room code now also in the chat. Do come and join. This is the game where you got to get in before I lock the lobby. Otherwise, you'll get a seat, but you won't be able to get to the final. So do come and take your seats in the Purge audience. Hope you're all well. Thanks to Pokenuts for that pack of Bamboozle and Stimson for proving it. This is the first game tonight that Stimson has not been involved, so I think he's gonna show up in the audience, possibly. He actually gets to play some quiz tonight. Just a quick bit of continuity while I've got your attention and you're joining the lobby. First things first, no stream this Saturday. I'm away for the weekend, as I mentioned, so I mean you can come and hang out here if you like, but I won't be here. So that's this Saturday. No stream. I'm back next Thursday, the 19th of February. Slight tweak to the schedule. So Bamboozle, that was supposed to be this Saturday, we've played tonight instead. And we were also supposed to be on Risky Business and Apex this Saturday. They've shifted into next Thursday's slot. And we've dropped Danger Zone from the schedule because I didn't have a right for it anyway, so it sort of worked out quite well. So next Thursday's stream is likely to be a slightly meatier stream as well. We've got Red Herrings, Risky Business and Apex, though those are three slightly shorter games, and Apex was, when we played it on Christmas Day, it was pretty rapid fire. So yeah, so that's a nice game to sort of cool down at the end of the night with. We'll see how it goes down. I've got to make some changes to it at some point between now and next week. But yeah, that's next Thursday, the 19th of February, Red Herrings, Risky Business and Apex. I'm back Saturday week, the 21st of Feb, with Bidding War, Defcon and The Escape Artist. That should be a good stream, a very serious stream. War, nuclear war, and then prison. So that'll be fun. Saturday the 21st of Feb, do come along to that. Elsewhere, Ash is back with us very soon. I saw his a message in his Discord server the other day suggesting that he is going to be back tentatively Friday the 20th of February, but if not, Wednesday the 25th of February. So possibly next Friday, so a week tomorrow, sees the return of Ash the Bash. So make sure you do go give him a follow. If he's not here a week tomorrow, don't put any undue pressure on him. He'll be back the following Wednesday. So he's still settling into the new place and getting all of his streaming equipment set up. So who Ash? new stream. Who Ash? Yeah. Yeah, do go give him a follow. Is he like a Ben? He's like a Ben, only more talented. Is how I would probably describe it. No, we're very different people. We do similar things. Hi, any chance? Hello, John. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I want to bring Spotlight back. I had some ideas about it the other day. I'm thinking of the idea of making it slightly less niche knowledge. I think niche knowledge has its place from time to time, but I might just do a request for players to put in, slightly more usual quiz in there maybe is something that could encourage me to bring it back. It is there. I've got 6 packs in my inbox, or 6 emails in my inbox that I need to do something with. Yeah, I'm also working on something at the moment, a writing tool at the moment, which I've shared with the proofers, and I'll be sharing with the writing team in due course, about where I'm planning to go. It's quite a big project, and it's going to have some sort of fairly fundamental changes to how question writing is done, but I'm hoping if it works, it's going to be a really useful tool moving forwards, and will also make my life easier when it comes to spotlight stuff as well, which is a little bit of a pain when it comes to trivia just because of how it's stored, but that's a me problem, not a you problem. Woolly back to Clive, Yoniak and John. Welcome all of you to the stream. I am not the writing tool. No comment on that, Lewis. Oh, yeah, okay, fine. Just tell everyone before I've had a chance to say, yeah, so I'll announce this more thoroughly in the question writers section of the Discord in due course, but yeah, I'm working on a central writing tool that is, if all goes well, is going to replace the Google Sheet workflow that we currently have. And for everyone saying, oh, that's going to make things easier because on Google Sheets I just have to press share and it goes straight to you. It's fine from a writer point of view, but there's problems with the sheets in that they can break because I've not compiled them very well. That's probably the main reason. But also I then have to duplicate them, and then the workflow back and forth with proofs. It's a bit messy once they get submitted. And this new tool will still allow you to just press share. More information coming on it soon. And it still uses email in the back end as well. So there's more information coming on that, but I'm hoping the writing interface and the restructuring of packs and moving questions around is just going to be cleaner, and there won't be any more JSON breaks and things. So yeah, that's coming soon. Probably next season I'm going to start rolling that out. Welcome on in, Prey. There's 33 of you in at the moment. Room for a few more. Plop the chocolate bar. What? Does Simpsons Angle make it in? I'm sure they're here tonight. Have I seen Stimson tonight? Let's have a look, shall we? Let's go do a roll over the names. Matt, I'm glad you've made it in, because I know you got locked out of the last game. You missed the lobby cut off by about 30 seconds. Glad you've made it in, Matt the Sprout. I don't see Simpson. Maybe Simpson isn't with us this evening, which is also fine. Yes. Right, 30 more seconds, and then we'll get on with the game. This is a pack that has been written by Jogging. It's been proved by Lewis, and Purge is always good for a bit of drama. And the Hive mentality, can it save you? The general thrust of the game is multiple choice questions. If enough players get it right, we carry on. If too many players get it wrong, it triggers a purge, and everyone who was wrong has to fight for their life to survive. That's the general gist of it. Answer every question. Hashtag answer every question. That's about 30 seconds. We've got 33 players, which is a goodly number for this game. Let's lock this lobby. And a quick reminder of the rules. As I said, answer the multiple choice questions. If you fail to stay under the breakpoint, we trigger a purge in which all incorrect and abstaining players must partake. If a player answers the purge question correctly, they rejoin the game. If not, they are eliminated. We'll keep going until we've had 20 questions, 5 purges, or 5 or fewer players remain, whichever happens first. Surviving players will move on to the final purge. There will be a tie-break situation if we have an exact score tie come the end of the main game. But yes, for now, speaking of tie-breaks, let's set that tie-break for you all. This game definitely sounds quieter than Data League. I think the Data League bed is too loud. Right, tiebreaker question. This is going to take the form of a number. Answer as close to the correct answer as you can within 20 seconds. The further away you are, the lower your score. And this is going to form the tiebreak if we need it towards the end portion of the game. Best of luck to you all. Syrup of figs, the official food of the Purge. Indeed so, Woollyback. Best of luck to you all. Here is your tiebreaker question. As of the 12th of February 2026, what is the difference in percentage between the tomato meter, that's the critic scores, and the popcorn meter, audience scores, on Rotten Tomatoes for the 2026 film Melania? Time. I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few players who are exactly bang on, because this was on The rest, it sounds like I'm sponsored by them. I should try and get them on. It was on the Rest is Entertainment. It was either the Rest is Entertainment podcast. It was on Mark Commode and Mayo's Take, where they remarked on the fact that there is a very large disparity between the critic score and the audience score. The correct answer is 88%. The tomato meter, so that's the critics, have got an average score of 11%, whereas the popcorn meter has an average score of 99%. Real disparity between people who know what they're talking about and members of the cult. But that is the answer, and that is all the politics I'm going to be espousing at you this evening. 88 was the answer. There was at least one player who got it bang on. I'm not going to say exactly how many, but there was at least one who was dead on, so well done if that was you. So, into our main game then. We start with the breakpoint at 50%. If more than 50% are wrong, we trigger a purge. If not, we continue with the game. Good luck. Here is our first question. Options are flour or sugar. Spelt, gram, and potato are all types of what cooking ingredient? And that's time. Oh, has popcorn meter gone down? Oh, so the actual answer was 87. One moment. So there's a live change. It was correct when the question was live. It was yeah. So it's now 87. Okay, fine. We've gone the other way. So at the time of writing, we should have added. So it's changed since this morning. Sorry. Okay. So that's yeah. I was just carry on. So nothing can be done about it. Spelt, gram, and potato are all types of what cooking ingredient? The correct answer is flour. They're all flours. I think I've heard of gram flour. Was that graham crackers, which we just call digestives over here. Anyway, either way, breakpoint's 50%. How many were wrong? Start the meter. graham flour. Not too much drama. 3 players getting it wrong. It's a total of 9%. Not too much drama. 91% correct and 30 players. Let's move on. Dropping the breakpoint by 10%, which we do after each question until there is a purge. Now down to 40%. On we go. Puzzle. I'm still in data leak mode. Question number 2. Options are the Oscars Olympic opening ceremony. In 2024, the French band Gojira became the first metal act to perform at which event? Time. Correct answer. Of course, the Olympic opening ceremony, because yes, France hosting the Olympics in 2024, and the French metal band Gojira performed the French Revolution song Ça ira. That's C with a, it's not a circumflex, Sadir, I think, is the number 5 underneath the C. Ça ira, I think, or it might be an L, I can't quite tell, but yeah, that with the number 5 under the C. That's the one, 8, Nicky, thank you very much. Yeah, Ça ira. Breakpoint's 40%, how many were wrong? Start meter. It's an I, yes, Ça ira. No drama, just the one player getting it wrong. One player accounted for 3% there. There was also an abstention in there as well, but 94% correct. Let's play on. Down to 30%. Let's take a look at our options for question 3. Money. Facial hair. Somebody described as whiskerando would generally have a lot of what? That's just occurred to me. I shouldn't be telling you the question numbers because they're supposed to be anonymised in this game. So it's like a casino. You get slightly lost in the game. You don't quite know how long you've been there. Correct answer is facial hair. Whiskers, as in the whiskers on your cheeks or on your chin. So you could describe me as whiskerando. A lot is, I don't know if a lot. You could describe JR as whiskerando for sure. On we go. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. 12% incorrect, 1 abstention there, accounted for 15% in total, 85% getting the correct answer. Halfway towards the break point, let's move on. Dropping it to 20%, let's see if this one triggers a purge. As our next question loads in, here are your options. Let. Loose. What does a tennis umpire call when a served ball has made contact with the net before landing legally on the other side of the court? Time. Correct answer? Let. First service. Loose is what they say when they release arrows. So they have draw, knock. So draw. Oh no, knock, draw, loose. Is unless you're watching season 8 of Game of Thrones, in which case they change it to fire, which of course doesn't make sense because fire comes from like the whole fire in the hole where you light a cannon on fire. So they wouldn't have had that because they didn't have that sort of... Anyway, they had wildfire. Anyway, it's a let. The player then gets to have that service again. However, if it hits the net and then is out, then it would be a second service or a point to the receiver if it's already on the second service. Let is what we wanted. Breakpoints 20%. How many were wrong? Start the meter. Nicely done. Avoided it again. Again, one abstention there. So abstentions count for 3% at the moment with the number of players in. So do answer every question, even if you've got no idea, because eventually that could take you over into a purge. 4 players going for loose, 28 going for the correct answer of let. We avoid a purge again, and we move on. Breakpoint down to 10%. Doesn't often get this low, but it does occasionally, and it does tonight. Let's see what you can do with this question. Options are USA, UK. Which version of Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares aired first? Fine. Correct answer. UK. Makes sense with them being a British chef. UK in 2004. US wasn't until 2007. How many of you got that one wrong? Start the meter. Unsurprising, we have punched through 10 players incorrect and 1 abstention. Means 33% were incorrect, and we have triggered that 10% breakpoint. It means all of the 10 incorrect plus the abstaining player will be in this first purge. For the 22 who gave me UK, you are safe from this purge, though you may still answer the question because of course it's all worth pennies at the end of the game. Let's find out who is in purge number 1. ABME, Conradalak, Woollyback, Clive, Topper, Effrontery, Shadowbane, Riff, CJ, Stilgar, and Prey. You are all in purge number 1. You've got 20 seconds to answer this question. It's a full question, so you must type the answer and get it right. You get to rejoin the game. Get it wrong, and you will be purged. Right. Good luck to you all. Here is the first purge question. And remember, you can answer even if you're not in the purge. Take a look at this. 20 seconds. The Warsaw Pact was signed in which European country? Time. Abstention there from Prey, which means they will be eliminated as a matter of course. The correct answer, it wasn't a trick. Just Poland. Yes, the Warsaw Pact, established on May 14th, 1955, was a Soviet-led military strategic alliance of Eastern European communist nations during the Cold War. Warsaw being the capital of Poland. That is exactly where it was signed. Very well done if you got that one right. Let's find out who was wrong and who was correct and who is being purged. Just Prey with the abstention there. You are going to be purged. Everyone else getting it right gets to rejoin the game. Congratulations. But Prey, I'm afraid it's an abstention at the wrong time and you have been purged. Kamikaze, welcome to the stream. We reset the breakpoint to 60%. That's what it started at, plus 10. We add 10 to it every time it resets. Also, just so happens that this is the question that when the answer count happens to increase, you're now going to have 3 options per question. Let's take a look at the next set. Oh, you just got back. Oh, bad luck, mate. Let's take a look at your next options. Snow White, Elio, Zootopia 2. Which Disney film has received the joint highest number of nominations at the 2026 Golden Raspberry Awards? I Epic Galley, welcome to the stream. Fine. Correct answer. Snow White was the answer. Of course, the Golden Raspberries are a sort of anti-Oscars. They're to honour the worst films of the year. And Snow White had 6 nominations. It was tied with War of the Worlds. Conversely, Elio and Zootopia were actually good films. So I don't believe they got any nominations for Golden Raspberries. There was one year, I think it was Halle Berry. Here's a fun fact for you. Halle Berry, I think, is the only person to not just be nominated for, but to win both an Oscar and a Golden Raspberry in the same year. I think she won the Oscar for Best Actress. I think it was for Monsters Ball, and she won the Golden Raspberry for Worst Actress for Catwoman, and I think that was 2002. No, it wasn't the same role. That would have been controversial. But no, yeah, it's Catwoman, and I think it was Catwoman and Monsters Ball were both 2002. So yeah, it's a fun fact for you. Anyway, the breakpoint is 6. Oh, it's Sandra Bullock as well. Sandra Bullock did. Yes. She was it Miss Congeniality 2 and Moneyball or something like that? I forget. Yeah, Sandra Bullock was the other. She actually collected them, didn't she? Anyway, moving on. Breakpoint 60%. How many were wrong? Start the meter. This from our sponsor, Hey Dev.
Loud noises.
I think that's added to the tension there, Dev. Thank you for the 47-month subscription, Dev. My goodness gracious me. And for the loud noises, indeed. The meter music is an absolute bagger. Yes, it is indeed, Epic Galley. I think it was improved by Dev's subscription there. We've avoided a purge, but only just 53% were incorrect there. There were no abstentions. 10 going for Elio, 7 for Zootopia 2, 15 landing on the correct answer, Snow White. So we survive, we avoid the purge, and we move on. Breakpoint lowered to 50%, so we're back at what we started with. Let's take a look at our next options. Here they are. The Three Dancers, Guernica, the Charnel House, a Suffering Bull and Horse are the centerpieces of which anti-war painting by Pablo Picasso? Time. Oh, I keep thinking my keyboard's broken. There's a piece of paper keeps getting stuck under the control and the shift key. A Suffering Bull and Horse are the centerpieces of which anti-war painting by Pablo Picasso? The correct answer was Guernica. I have no further notes on them. I have to say, I've heard of the name, but I don't think I could have picked it out of a lineup. I might have done with that description, though. How many were wrong? Breakpoint's 50%. Start the meter. Two incorrect, one abstention, one player each going for the Three Dancers of the Charnel House. 91%, 29 players getting the correct answer. Guernica. The horse deserved it, in my opinion. Jogging, welcome to the stream. I'm enjoying this pack very much so far, so thank you for your efforts. Also, Jogging, hashtag the horse deserved it is a raid message suggestion. Could be a good idea. Not saying it's going to win, but that's caught my eye. That's made me laugh. Let's move on. Lower the breakpoint to 40%. 32 players still in live play. 3 options per question. And here they are. Andor, The House of the Dragon, Better Call Saul. Slippin' Jimmy was a short-lived, negatively received cartoon that was a spin-off of which other spin-off? Time. Correct answer. Better Call Saul. Yes, I wasn't aware of Slippin' Jimmy, and I'm a big Better Call Saul fan, which of course was a spin-off of Breaking Bad. Jury's out as to whether Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad is the better show, but they're both very, very good. House of the Dragon, of course, is a spin-off of Game of Thrones, and Andor is a spin-off of Star Wars. Better Call Saul was the answer. Breakpoint's 40%. How many were wrong? Start the meter. There's the 3 going, 2 going for Andor, 1 for House of the Dragon. 29 players. I'm going to sneeze. Bless me. Yes, 29 players going for Better Call Saul. Very well played. Let's move on. Chew. Yeah, I mute the microphone now when I do something like that. Breakpoint down to 30%. Another 3 options coming up. Here they are. No, that wasn't a silent sneeze. I just muted the microphone. Options. Blood. Heart. Breast. A stethoscope is named for the Greek word for what? Time. So I'm just getting some trivia up here. The correct answer. Breast. Yeah, invented in 1816 by French physician René Laennec, who was French, the French physician who was French, at the Necker Enfants Malades Hospital en Paris. Doesn't actually tell me the derivation of the word in that little snippet there. Never mind. Yeah, but it comes from breast anyway. Breast was the right answer. No, don't make smutty jokes, Ben. Be a professional. Breakpoint is 30% by the looks of it. Let's find out how many were wrong. Start the meter. Stephos means breast in Greek. That's good to know. And we've tripped it. 38% were incorrect. No abstentions there. 3 going for blood, 9 going for heart, 20 players, 63% getting the correct answer, breast. For those 20 players, you do not have to partake in this purge, though you may answer all the same for bonus points. However, for everybody who was incorrect, you must give me a correct answer if you wish to survive. Let's find out who was wrong on that question. And Riff Raccoon, welcome to the stream. B, Matt, AB Me, Samster, TVP, Conrad Lacapodo, Oni, Fluffy, Topper, Shadow, and Cola. You are all in Purge number 2 correct. Full answer required within 20 seconds. Very best of luck to you all. Here is your second Purge question. What is the scientific name of gastric acid, a key ingredient of the gastric juice found in the human stomach? Scientific cognac. The scientific name of gastric acid is hydrochloric acid. We did accept hydrochloric on its own. How many players put hydrochloric? Just the 2. Very well done. 2, Sam and B, who got hydrochloric. Everyone else, though, wrong answers. We've got sulfuric, bile, lactic, not a clue, water, bile, digestive fluid, and sulfuric acid. Unfortunately, those are not correct answers. It is a bit of a brutal question, and that's 1, 2, 3. How many are in it? 12? And 2, so is that 10 players? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 players. Goodness, talk myself out of hydrochloric. It's only level 2. It's but that is the way the game goes. Congratulations to Sam and B. You get to survive and fight another day, but unfortunately for Matt, AB Me, TVP, Conrad Lacapodo, Oni, Fluffy, Topper, Shadowbane, and Cola, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and I'm afraid you have been purged. 22 players purged, 11 players purged, 22 remain. The breakpoint is reset to 70%. Still 3 options per question. Let's play on. Options are gremlins, imps, fairies. What mythical beasts were a 20th century creation used to explain technical issues with wartime aircraft? Time. I didn't actually know where this expression came from, but I'm delighted that I found out. The correct answer is gremlins. It's where we get the expression "there's gremlins in the system." Oh, it's got gremlins. It's still something that I use on an almost daily basis. It's just because when I code things, well, that's more bugs than gremlins. But anyway, gremlins was the answer. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start meter. Good. 14% incorrect. One abstention there. So that accounting for 5% of players. So yes, 2 players going for fairies for 9%, and 19 getting the correct answer. Gremlins, well played. On we go. Lowering the breakpoint to 60%, and I'm upping the answer count. 4 options per question. Let's take a look at them. Matterhorn, Kangchenjunga, Annapurna, Elbrus. Despite being by many measures the deadliest to climb, which mountain was the first 8,000er to be summited? Fine. The correct answer is Annapurna. Not sure about summited. Well, you proved it, Lewis. I quite liked it. It's when people use golf as a verb. Do you golf? Yes, I think it's perfectly fine as a verb. Yes, Annapurna was the answer. It has a fatality to summit ratio of roughly 32%. That's approximately 1 death for every 3 successful summits, which is staggering, really. I don't know if it's one of the more popular mountains to climb, possibly for that reason. Anyway, Annapurna was the right answer. The breakpoint is 60%. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. We have triggered it. We had a bit of breathing room between our early purges, but now we've had 2 in quick succession as only 6 players got the correct answer, accounting for 27%. It is not enough to stay beneath that breakpoint. 73% wrong, 8 going for Matterhorn, 8 going for Kangchenjunga. Nobody plumping for Elbrus there, but it does mean we are going into our 3rd Purge question. Now let's take a look and see who was wrong. Sam, Fetz, Yoniak, Woollyback, Logstargo, Lupine, Clyde, Effrontery, Riff, Prugs, Matt the Sprat, CJ Stilgar, BC Shapes, and Ape. You are all in Purge number 3. A full correct answer is required within 20 seconds in order to stay in the game. Answer the question, even if you got that one right, it's still worth bonus points, but you are under no obligation to do so. Very best of luck to you all. Here is the 3rd Purge question. Hamburger Hill, The Deer Hunter, and Full Metal Jacket are movies based on which 20th century conflict? Time. Before you panic, if you've put an answer that's in the right ballpark, I will be coming to condone it. There's a couple that didn't get through because you've added an article at the beginning or omitted the word war off the end. They probably should have been in the alt. The correct answer was Vietnam War from the 1st of November 1955 to the 30th of April 1975. Yeah, Hamburger Hill, The Deer Hunter, and Full Metal Jacket all take place during the Vietnam War. How many players gave that answer and how many are going to be purged? If you got it right, you'll go blue. If not, you're going to go red. Like I said, I have got some to condone, starting with Matt the Sprat, who said the Vietnam War. I will allow that. Clive went for the Korean War. I can't accept that. Riff Raccoon. Where are you, Riff? Probably one of the red ones up at the back. Went for the Vietnam War. I will allow that. And Woollyback went for Vietnam at the front. I will allow that. Effrontery also going for Korean War, which is not going to fly, I'm afraid. Woollyback got condoned, and Riff got condoned, and Matt got condoned. So we're just losing 2 players this time, both going for Korean War. If you got that one right, well done. You get to rejoin the game, but unfortunately for Clive and Effrontery, it's a wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. We reset the breakpoint to 80%. BC, welcome to the stream. 20 players remain, 13 have been purged. We go on to our next question. 4 options, here they are. Port, gin, brandy, whiskey. The Keepers of the Quaish are a society dedicated to the production of a type of which drink? Fine. Correct answer. It's whiskey. It's a singularly Scottish sounding word, not to be confused with quiche, the Keepers of the Quiche. A quaish is a traditional shallow Scottish two-handled drinking cup historically used to hold whiskey. Yeah, Keepers of the Quiche. I like that. We are the Keepers of the Quiche here. Breakpoint is 80%, plenty of breathing room, but let's see how many of you got that one wrong. Start the meter. 25% of the remaining players. That's 5 in total. No abstentions there. 4 going for port, 1 for brandy, 15 going for the correct answer of whiskey. Very well played. On we go. Breakpoint lowered to 70% with 20 players left in the game. Let's take a look at our next question. 4 options. Here they are. Ice hockey, baseball, basketball, American football. An elbow reconstruction procedure, more commonly known as Tommy John surgery, is named after an athlete in which sport? Time. Quaish, Lorraine. The correct answer. It's baseball. Baseball is the answer, yes. Procedure is extremely common among pitchers who destroyed their elbow ligament due to excessive strain caused by the action of pitching. Speaking of sporting injuries, be proud of me. I finally booked in an appointment to see a physio next week to have my knee looked at because I started running again this month and it's been very painful after each one. So physio's going to take a look and hopefully put me back together again. Anyway, yes, just be proud of me taking care of my body in my old age. Right, baseball was the answer. Breakpoint is what, 70%? Let's take a look and see how many were wrong. Start the meter. I probably will tell them I'm missing park run. These are important. It's good. 30% of you getting that one wrong. No abstentions there. 3 going for ice hockey, 1 for basketball, 2 for American football. 70%, 14 players getting the correct answer. Yeah, it's my brother and I have got a little bit of a competitive thing going on. I started out faster than him and now he's faster than me. He is a bit taller. He's also a little bit older. But he's got a bad hip at the moment, so we're both sort of in rehab, running rehab at the moment. I think his is worse than mine because whilst I haven't lost that much pace from where I was sort of last summer when I was probably at my peak, he is going very slow. I think his hip injury is quite bad. He needs to have an MRI, whereas I think I just need to do some proper stretches. So yes. Anyway. Well done. If we got that one right, let's move on. I'm telling you all about mine and my family's ailments. Breakpoint lowered to 60%. We've still got 4 options per question and 20 players in live play. Let's take a look at our next question. Options are pantries, baths, closets, refrigerators. A literary trope in which women undergo a traumatic experience in order to motivate a male character is known as women in what household items? Fine. The correct answer. Refrigerators, which is not an expression I've come across, I have to say. Women in refrigerators, a term coined by Gail Simone in 1999 to describe a literary trope in which it involves female characters facing disproportionate harm such as death, maiming or assault to serve as plot devices to motivate male characters, an event colloquially known rather pleasingly as fridging. That's quite nice, isn't it? Well, it's not nice subject matter, but it's a fun fact. Dev, welcome to the stream. I know you've been here a while, but welcome all the same. Refrigerators is the correct answer. Let's see how many of you are wrong. Breakpoint is 60%. Start the meter. And that is it. We have triggered purge number 4. Sorry. Yes, we've busted through. You read the stats yourself. Yeah, sorry, I'm shameful. 7 players getting the correct answer: refrigerators. 8 going for closets, women in closets. 3 for women in baths, and 2 for women in pantries. Unfortunately, those are not the right answer, and so 65% being incorrect has triggered purge number 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players in this purge. Let's find out who you are. Beator, B, Flyboy, Samster, Yoniak, Woollyback, Logstargo, Lupine Prug, CJBC, Shapes Ape. You are all in purge number 4. Full correct answer is required inside 20 seconds in order to continue with the game. For the 7 players who were correct, you don't need to answer if you don't want to. There's no pressure to do so, but you do get extra points, so you might as well answer just for the fun of it. Best of luck. Here is the 4th purge question. It's the economy, stupid, became the de facto campaign slogan for which late 20th century US president? Time. It's the economy, stupid, became the de facto campaign slogan for which late 20th century US president? Correct answer was Bill Clinton. It's his 1992 campaign, which he won against former President George H.W. Bush, George Bush Sr. If you gave me Clinton, your chair is going to go blue. If not, I'm afraid it's going to go red. Viator, Flyboy, Prugs, BC, and Ape. That's wrong answers from you. Reagan, Nixon, Carvile. All of those are incorrect answers, I'm afraid. Very well done to the other players who got that one right. You get to rejoin the game. Yoniak, Shapes, Lupine, CJ, B, Logstargo, and Samson and Woollyback. You get to come back to the game. But for Viator, Flyboy, Prugs, BC, and Ape, thank you very much for playing. But it's a wrong answer at the wrong time. And I'm afraid you have been purged. Okay, coming into the final foray, the breakpoint is 90%. We have still got quite a few players still left. Actually, I should have been looking at the looking at the UI because it doesn't log down here. I'm gonna have to count you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Thank you, Matt. 15 players remain. Let's take a look at our next options. And there's 4 of them still. YouTube, Reddit, Discord, LinkedIn. In 2025, Sushila Karki received the most votes in a poll on what platform to become the new Prime Minister of Nepal. Time. 2025, Sushila Karki received the most votes in a poll on what platform to become the new Prime Minister of Nepal. Breakpoint's 90%. The correct answer is Discord. Yes, so there was a poll on Discord for the Prime Minister of Nepal. I don't know if it was legally binding. I don't know if that is how they actually elected their Prime Minister. But yes, Discord was the platform that they used. Like I said, breakpoint is 90%. Plenty of breathing room. Yes, convergent thinking, quite possibly. Go on, behave, all of you all. Start the meter. avoid the purge. 47% incorrect there. No abstentions. 3 going for Reddit, 2 for YouTube, 2 for LinkedIn. But yes, 8 players getting the correct answer. Discord, and we move on. Breakpoint lowered to 80%. We're into the last denouement of the game. There are going to be 5 options per question from here on out. And we've only got 1 Purge question left in the bag. So let's see what happens as we go to our next question. 5 options. Here they are. Dark Souls. Yeah. Diablo. Jak and Daxter. Bioshock. Lordran, Drangleic, and Lothric are the central settings for titles in which video game series? Time. This is one I actually knew. Video game question I knew the answer to. The correct answer was Dark Souls. I've played a little bit of Dark Souls. I think I played the first level of Dark Souls 3, beat the boss, and then thought, yeah, this is a bit overwhelming. It's not. I don't think this is a game that is for my sensibilities. I did enjoy Bioshock. I love the Bioshock series. But yes, High Kingdom of Lothric or something like that is one of the opening levels in Dark Souls 3. And yeah, that's how Yahtzee Croshaw described it in his review of yeah. Not quite sure how the actual pronunciation goes, but that's how I'm going to say it. Dark Souls was the answer. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. It's good. Just 20% getting that one wrong. 12 players going for the correct answer, Dark Souls. 3 going for Diablo. No love for the other answers. We play on. Breakpoint down to 70%. Still 15 players in live play. 5 options. Here they are. Oh, there's just before I do, there's a noise behind me which suggests someone's home. Hello. No, coming past the green screen. Cool, go down here. Sorry, otherwise he muscles his way past the green screen and like wrecks it. So, anyway, next question, 5 options. Here they come. Fidel Castro, Mao Zedong, Kim Il-sung, Augusto Pinochet, Idi Amin. In 1974, former actress Gina Lollobrigida was able to secure an exclusive photo shoot and interview with which leader? Time. The correct answer. Fidel Castro was the answer. Fidel Castro. I like how I could pronounce the names of all the dictators, or all the... Are they all dictators, or the leaders? But I stumbled over the actress's name, Gina Lollobrigida. But yes, Fidel Castro was the answer. Oh, is it soft G? Gina Lollobrigida. Brigida? Fair enough. Breakpoint 70%. How many were wrong? Start the meter. Yeah, I could dictate the dictators. Brigida. Gina L. We'll go for. Which good. 40% incorrect. 9 going for the correct answer of Fidel Castro. 1 going for Kim Il-sung. 3 for Pinochet. 2 for Idi Amin. No one going for Mao Zedong. Very well played. Let's go on. Breakpoint drops to 60%. And 5 options. Here they are. Subaru. Honda. Mazda. Nissan. Mitsubishi. Infiniti is the luxury subdivision of which Japanese car manufacturer? Fine. Correct answer. It's Nissan. My first car was a Nissan, incidentally. Not an Infiniti, unfortunately. It was a Nissan Micra. M or N-Reg Nissan Micra. It was, yeah. I had it for a month before trading it in for another car that's on that list, the Mazda MX-5. It's my second car because I fancied myself a hairdresser, I guess, for a bit. Nissan is the correct answer. How many of you were wrong? Start the meter. Good. 33% incorrect. 1 going for Subaru, 1 for Mazda, 3 for Mitsubishi, 10 getting the correct answer of Nissan, 67% coming in under the breakpoint. Well played. We move on. Breakpoint is back to where it started, 50%. Another 5 options coming for this question. Take a look. Pink, Gwen Stefani, Britney Spears, Missy Elliott, Katy Perry. The anime series Kuku Harajuku, based on a teenage girl group of singers, was created by which pop star? Fine. The correct answer. It's Gwen Stefani. Whoa, hello. Quizzy Dan! Thank you for that raid. Pebbles are just big sand. This is a fact. Quizzy Dan is here, everybody. Let's say hi to Quizzy Dan. Thanks for that raid, my dude. Go follow Quizzy Dan. He does crosswords and quiz and puzzle boat and all sorts of fun things over on his neck of the woods. It's lovely to have you over here, Dan. I hope the stream went well. I'm doing very well, my dude. I'm a little bit poorly, a little bit of man flu at the moment, a little bit of man flu, but, you know, getting by, soldiering on. For everyone joining from Quizzy Dan's raid, we are in the middle of a game of the Purge. We're getting towards the denouement of the game, but if you do want to come in and answer some quiz questions, you can join with the Universal Controller and the room code, both of which are right there. But yes, do come join us. Thank you for that raid, and welcome on in, Raiders. Dan, thank you very much. Hope you're keeping well. Now, before Dan came and joined us, we were looking at this question. The anime series Kuku Harajuku, based on a teenage girl group of singers, was created by which pop star? We discovered the answer was Gwen Stefani. The breakpoint was 60%. Let's find out how many of you were wrong. Start the meter. We have triggered Purge number 5. 53% were incorrect. 2 going for Pink, 2 for Britney Spears, and 4 for Katy Perry. 7 got the correct answer, Gwen Stefani, so no pressure on you to answer this Purge question. But for the other players, the other 8 players, you must answer correctly in order to have a chance in the final. This is the 5th Purge, so we will forego the 20th question of the pack. That was question 19. And Quizzy Dan, Liari, and Momo, welcome to the stream. Yes, we got through 19 of 20 questions and 5 Purges. Let's see how many. We're going to be left with at least 7 players after this, so not quite a perfect Purge pack, but it's pretty close, only losing 1 question. So let's find out which of our 8 players are going to be facing Purge question number 5. JR, Samster, Woollyback, Logstargo, Lupine, Arun, Matt, and Stilgar. You are all in Purge number 5. Correct answer required in order to get back to your seat. Thereafter, we will take the 5 highest scoring players who will go through to the final Purge. In the event we have a tie, it will be decided by the tiebreak. Very best of luck to all of you. Here is the 5th Purge question. Margaret Hughes became the first woman known to perform on an English stage when she appeared in which Shakespeare tragedy? Right. The correct answer was Othello. She played Desdemona in 1660. Desdemona was the answer. How many players got it right? None of them, I'm afraid. There was a lot of love for Macbeth and Hamlet there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players going for Macbeth. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 players going for Macbeth and 2 going for Hamlet, and I guess there was an abstention as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, must have been an abstention as well. It does mean we have to lose all of those players from the game. So to JR, Samster, Woollyback, Logstargo, Lupine, Arun, Matt, and Stilgar. Good hustle, but unfortunately not to be tonight. Thank you very much for playing, but it's the wrong answer at the wrong time, and you have been purged. Desdemona O'Connor. So 7 players remain, and they are, in no particular order, B, Riff, Yona Yak, Shapes, CJ, Fetz, and Toot. Only 5 of these 7 players can go forward to the final. So a reminder, we'll rank you based on how many questions you got right in total, and if there is a tie, we will count back. And yes, we'll count back based on your tiebreak, how close you were to that. So let's find out. If you're in the final, your chair's going to stay blue. If not, I'm afraid it's going to go red. And there are the results. B and CJ, I'm afraid you have fallen at this final hurdle. I can tell you, because this is very interesting, CJ got 12 questions correct. There was only 3 away on the tiebreak. There were 3 players who got 14 correct. Fets, Shapes, and B. Though B, your tiebreaker was... Hang on. 2,147,483,647 away. Yes, that's int.max value, abstention on the tiebreaker, which means, unfortunately, yeah, that's what happens. If you abstain on the tiebreaker, you get int.max value. So you were 2 billion away from a question that was between 0 and 100. Bad luck on that one. But it does mean you have been eliminated, and it means our finalists are Toot, Yoniak, Riff, Fets, and Shapes in that order. We will see you in the final Purge in just a minute. Let's check in with our leaderboard and see how many questions you got right and how many Purges you survived. 19 out of 19 is pretty good going as it goes in this game, but it's only half the story because we've got the final Purge to go as well. Yoniak on 16, Riff on 15, Fets on 14, as was Shapes. Matt picking up 16, good score there. Sam and JR on 15. Any other high scores? Cly finishing on 15, pretty good going there as well. Well, those are just the main game questions. We'll show the leaderboard again at the end, which will include your final Purge and Purge questions as well, to give you a total number, which will calculate into your penny reward. So, for our 5 players, Toot, Yoniak, Riff, Fets, and Shapes, it's time for the final Purge. How this works, you're going to be shown half a question, and based on half a question, decide whether you want to play it or pass it. If you play it and get it right, you can choose another player to eliminate. If you pass it and they get it wrong, they are eliminated. However, if you play and you're wrong, or you pass and they're right, you eliminate yourself from the game. You're shown half a question, and based on that, you have to make a decision. You will then be shown the question in full, and you have 20 seconds to get the answer in. Even if you're not the focus player, as before, everybody answer every question. It just gives me interesting statistical nuggets, and it's all worth pennies at the end. First things first, Toot, you had the highest score. Would you like to go first or last? As ever, Toot choosing to face the gauntlet head on and playing first. Okay, Toot, here is half a question for you, and decide whether you're going to play or pass. Word of warning, just double check if you're going to pass it, double check who you're passing to, because the layout on the device isn't necessarily the same as the layout on broadcast graphics, because there'll be a different number. Obviously, you can't pass it to yourself. So, Toot, half a question, take a look at this. What writing implement with a name? Toot's going to play this one. We'll show you that question in full. 20 seconds, everyone fingers on devices. Here is that question in full. What writing implement with a name meaning small plank in French is often used along with a Ouija board to translate written messages from spirits? Toot, not wasting any time getting an answer in. Time. I will not tell you what the other players said until after you've made your decision, but I will tell you after the fact. The correct answer and Toot's response, planchette, which is exactly what Toot said. 3 out of 5 of our finalists were correct there. Toot, Shapes, and Riff. Fets and Yoniak giving wrong answers. Though Art Fets was very close, I don't think I can condone because you're not the focus player, Fets, but yes. So, Toot, it is a right answer. You have a choice of who to eliminate. Is it going to be Yoniak, Riff, Fets, or Shapes? The choice is yours. Wrong game, B. It's Yoniak who's going next. The player in second place, in theory, the biggest threat to Toot as the one with the second highest score. Bad luck, Yoniak. I think that might have been your first time in the Purge final, but that is the brutality of this end game. Thank you very much for playing, but you have been purged. But you do get the unique grayscale design that is reserved only for players who've been eliminated in either this or Danger Zone. We move on. Riff. You're next. Half a question. Based on that, decide whether you're going to play or you're going to pass. And if you're going to pass, are you going to pass it to Toot, Fets, or Shapes? Half a question. Take a look. 3 of the 5 tallest. Riff is going to play this one after some deliberation. I always get slightly anxious when there's a pause there, because if like the payload hasn't gone down or for whatever reason, then the game is basically stuck. I really need to put a button on here. And so I've got one in distinction for the final, which is resend payload to current user, which I really need to put on this end. Anyway, Riff's going to play, so that question in full, 20 seconds, here it is. 3 of the 5 tallest statues in the world depict which religious leader? Three seconds. Time. It's a good question. The correct answer and Riff's response. The Buddha, which is exactly what Riff said as well. Very well played. Yeah, found in China, Myanmar, and Japan. The other 2 in the top 5 depict... Bloody hell. Vallabhbhai Patel, India's first deputy prime minister, and the Hindu god Shiva. A lot of players thinking Jesus. There was a lot of Jesus coming up in the chat there. I can tell you that Toot, Shapes, and Riff were all correct given the answer of Buddha. Feps gave the answer Jesus, which was not the right answer. I should wait until after the decision has been made to tell you that information. That's my bad. Riff. Choice of elimination. Is it going to be Toot, Fets, or Shapes? The choice is yours. It's Toot. No time wasted. And Toot, despite not dropping a question yet in the game, has to face the grayscale wall of the Purge final. Thank you very much for playing, Toot, but you have been purged. Should have got more wrong, Toot. Sorry. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry. I should have waited till after to give you the information, but yes, Toot was correct there, as was Riff and Shapes. Ardenvets was wrong. Speaking of Ardenvets, time for your question. Decide whether to play or pass based on this half a question, and if you're passing, is it going to Riff or Shapes? Here is half a question. Which playing card game? That is going to take this question on themselves. 20 seconds to give me a full answer. Here is that question in full. Okay, got to try. Got to give it a go. Which playing card game has variants including Beleaguered Castle, Klondike, and Tableau? Time. The correct answer and Fetz's response. Solitaire. We did also accept Patience for that answer, so Patience or Solitaire would have been correct, and that is exactly what Fetz has said. So for the third question in a row, it is the focus player has chosen to play, and they've gotten it correct. So it's time for our third choice of elimination. Fetz, the choice is yours. Are you going to get rid of Riff, or are you going to get rid of Shapes? Bear in mind, the player you eliminate, the other player will have control of the final question. The choice is yours. Okay, it's Spider, Free Cell Pyramid, Tributes, and Pinball, 3D Pinball as well. You have chosen Shapes for the drop. Shapes, the second player not to get to face a question in the final this evening. Shapes, bad luck, but Fetz has chosen you for elimination. Thank you very much for playing, but you have been purged. So let's go animals. Is that possibly what the decision came from? So it falls back to Riff. I can tell you that on that previous question, shapes was correct and riff was incorrect. So if you'd passed to riff, that would have eliminated riff. If you'd passed to shapes, you'd have eliminated yourself. So you answering and getting it right, eliminate shapes, is symmetrical. You know, it's like poetry. You know, they rhyme. So riff, you've been here once before. You played. You got it right. Can you do it again? Here is half a question. Which keyboard symbol? I'm going to play again. So 4 final questions, 4 players choosing to play them. Pressure's all on you here, Riff. Ardenfetz, there's nothing you can do except hope that Riff gets it wrong. Best of luck. Here is that question in full. Which keyboard symbol found only on a Mac is often represented by a looped square symbol? Three seconds. Time. The correct answer and Riff's response. We love a controversial ending. It is command, but because you put the exclamation marks on the end, it's been marked as wrong. I can tell you, Ardenfetz also do not allow. Ardenfetz did say command as well, so a pass would have eliminated you there, Riff. I can see what you were getting at. I am going to allow that as command, which means the final say is yours, Riff. Send home your final rival. You have to press the button. You have to press the button or nothing happens. God, who's trying to get my blood pressure up? Oh, goodness me, Riff Raccoon. I'm going to go through the cabinets after the game, after I've done the thing. Unsurprisingly, I should probably make that an automatic thing. Unsurprisingly, Ardenfetz has been chosen for elimination. Thank you very much. This game is awful. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So the life of Game of Thrones, he who passes the sentence must swing the sword. Ardenfetz, thank you very much for playing. But at the final hurdle, you've been purged. Which means after 24 questions, including the tiebreaker and the 4 ones in the final, and 33 players later, 32 have been purged, leaving 1 player left standing. Congratulations to Riff. You have survived the purge. Just to give you the rundown on the medal cabinets for that game. So the first eliminated there was Yoniak. That would have been your first game night medal, Yoniak. No medals at all in your cabinet. So good run, and I'm sure we'll get some medals in there in due course. Toot was eliminated next, and he's denied his 8th Purge medal. Shapes was eliminated 3rd and denied his 4th Purge medal. Ardenfetz in runner-up position, a healthy medal cabinet for Ardenfetz, but none for the Purge. Ardenfetz was denied their 1st Purge medal. That's a tremendous shame.
What a shame.
What a shame. But it's Riff's day today, and I can tell you that that is Riff's 1st Purge medal. Very many congratulations to you, Riff. That's another game added to the arsenal of formats that you've won. Congratulations on your 1st Purge medal. Let's just take a quick look at the... No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all. Let's take a look at the final leaderboard. And it was Riff who won the day with 21 questions. Shapes also with 21. Toot actually getting 23, not dropping a single question all night. That is very, very impressive. Matt not dropping a single question either, also 23. Sam on 22. No, you must have dropped a question then. Because how would you have been eliminated otherwise? Because Matt wasn't in the final. Hey, how does that work? Unless 19 plus 4, there are only 23. Unless it counts the tiebreaker, and unless you got the tiebreaker right. I think it was AB Me who got the tiebreaker bang on. Actually, I'm not sure how it's. Oh no, because there's Purge questions as well. There were 5 Purge questions, weren't there? Forgot how my own game works. Anyway, that's the final leaderboard. Those have been converted into pennies and added to your penny banks. Oh, that slapped jogging Slay Queen. It did. I really enjoyed that pack jogging. Thank you very much indeed for your efforts. Yeah, only one question being left over at the end there. So hopefully you'll be able to repurpose that into another format at game night sometime in the future. But very, very grateful to you for your efforts. And thanks to Lewis as well for proofing. Yeah, I've kept things quite tight tonight. It's only 20 past 10. So we're going to do the Thunderball draw. We're just going to do the one draw. I know there's no lottery on Saturday, but we'll do the Thunderball draw tonight. And that'll be lovely jubbly. So I do hope you'll stick around for that. And then, of course, we're going to head off and raid into somebody as well. Thanks again to Jogging and to Lewis. And congratulations to Riff. You have survived the Purge. It's Thursday night. We are live from the Game Night Control Center, and it is time for the midweek Thunderball draw. GMPD is what you need on the Universal Controller, right there. GMPD, room 480 in this new lobby. So do come and join. First 40 will get to be sat front and center, and we'll see your avatars, which will be lovely jubbly. So options for raid targets tonight. We've got Neorix on Waterpark Simulator. Flage is doing GTA Vice City. Argic is streaming. He's not normally streaming on a Thursday, so I feel like we should make use of this opportunity. He's doing State of Play waiting room with some Rumble. Honestly, no idea what to expect. Special events. I mean, he's a mad Scottish streamer. I know him from the HUD 601 Sonic speedrunning community. He's a good guy, and he's got more energy than anyone has any right to be honest, particularly at this time of Thursday night. So it might be nice to pop over and see Argic if he's still going when we wrap. Yeah, do come join this lobby. 35 of you in so far. Thunderball draw tonight. Quick reminder, I am not streaming on Saturday. I'm heading out for the weekend. We've got an Airbnb over in Kent, and we're going to go see my brother and his wife and their little girl, me and Anya and Dexter. So yeah, we're going to have a nice time. I've got Monday and Tuesday morning booked off work. I'm not playing at church on Sunday, which is unusual. I very, very rarely take Sundays off. So yeah, whole weekend I'm just getting off. And we're going to see Darren Brown tomorrow night, which is very exciting. So yeah, it's the start of my holiday weekend. We're heading over to Southampton to see Only Human, Darren Brown. So looking forward to that very much indeed. So in my absence, I'm sure there'll be plenty going on. Don't forget to head on over to the Discord server, where you can stay up to date with the latest information about game night happenings. And actually, Ben's brother, wouldn't that be nice? He's a bit old to be my brother, though, isn't he? I mean, he's, what, 50, 53? Something like that? 53? I reckon he must be 50 by now. How old is he? Let's have a look. 54. I was off by one. Typical programmer. See if Ben remembers the number 7 when he returns. Well, I'm still hypnosis. I mean, I used to do that hypnosis trick. Make people forget the number 7. It's a lot of fun to do that. Yeah, I haven't done any hypnosis though for a while, so all good. Right, that's 40, which is good. So we've got the front full. Anyone else want to come and join before I hide the room code and start the machines? You're very welcome to do that. I will give you until the end of this loop. So yes, I'm on holiday from sort of 3 o'clock tomorrow until probably about 2 o'clock on Tuesday. So yeah, I'll be off the grid for a bit. But I will be back next Thursday with Red Herrings, Risky Business, and Apex. Well, I still do when I do Magic. I just don't do Magic very much anymore. I would be, but I feel that I would also be slightly disingenuous because I sort of know hypnotism and stuff, although I am also susceptible to it as someone who does it. But add to the hot tub stream agenda, yeah. Unfortunately, we're not at the place with the hot tub this time, but yeah, at some point in the future, there probably will be a hot tub stream, I'm sure. Right, Riff has made it 41, so good. That logic's working, which is nice to see. Hot tub and hypnosis. Let's hide that room code in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okie dokie. Yeah, people think it's sort of, I mean, it is, to see it working properly, it is like really spooky to look at. It is like actual magic, and I love performing it. It's really great fun, but it's it was something I did a lot in my 20s when, you know, I was hanging out in pubs a lot back in my single days. So yeah, it's good pub fun. You go to the pub, you never need to buy a drink. Not just because you're hypnotising people, but also because people are entertained. That's how I spent my 20s. Anyway, let's start the machine. And tonight, we're using Excalibur and Set of Balls number 5. Quick reminder of the Thunderball payouts for you. Match the Thunderball and you're going to be guaranteed to get something. Oh, I didn't join the lobby. Oh, now I feel dumb. Rats. Oh, can we start? No, I'm not going to start again just so I can join the lobby. I don't think I can join at this moment because I've hidden the room code. Should I try? I'm going to try. I'm just going to try. I'm going to try because I want to. I want lottery. Sorry, I won't be 10 seconds. Hang on. Well, I don't think me joining changes the chance, B, to be completely honest. It doesn't matter if I'm in or not, the odds are going to be the same. It's not like the actual lottery where they cap the top. MPD, loading safeties. I'm afraid the draw has started.
What a shame.
Well, it clearly hasn't. Anyway, never mind. Yes, so that's what you could win in the Thunderball tonight. Let's release those big money balls. Game Night Limited. That's a limited company. In they go. In they go. In they go. Okie dokie. 39 blue balls of the first machine. There's 14 red balls in the second machine. Very best of luck to you all. Let's start the draw. Float on the stock, he said, yeah. There'd be something else to put on my stock portfolio, along with Vodafone, Rightmove, and SWDA. Right, first ball out of the blue machine tonight is number 9. Fourth appearance for that in the main Thunderball draw. We last saw that on Thursday, the 29th of January. Hope that's a positive start for you. 9 on 3 lines, good start. Next out is that one there, number 7. Fourth appearance for that as well in the main Thunderball draw, not seen since Thursday the 18th of December. First appearance this year for number 7. And next. Six for the means. Afraid not. 34. But it is its 6th appearance. So there is a 6 there somewhere. Last saw that on Thursday the 22nd of January. Oh, let's get some momentum down there. This is all sort of pooling at the bottom. Need a bigger shake next time, I think. Fourth ball out tonight. Number 13. 6th appearance for that as well in the main Thunderball draw. Last appeared Thursday, 22nd of January. An absolute lockstep with number 34, it would seem. One more from this first machine. Ball number 5. Is that one there, number 30. First appearance for that in the main Thunderball draw. Still seeing some for the first time, so it would seem. So, those are our 5 numbers of the Thunderball draw. Time to switch on machine number 2. The second instance of penny spinning around. Remind you of the payouts again, because I've still left that queue in there, but they haven't changed since last time. Still on set of balls number 5, but now we're on Guinevere. That's another bug I need to fix. I'm sure I've got it noted down. Let's release the Thunderballs. And in they go. So, 14 balls in the Thunderball machine. This is the one that could make a big, big difference to your lines. I wish you all the very best of luck. Let's pick a Thunderball. As they come to settle, we're going to get one first time. Doesn't look like it. Oh, and I'm wrong. Yes, we have. That one, number 11. 6th appearance as the Thunderball. Last appeared Thursday, the 29th of January. And that's our draw this Thursday evening. Let's have those numbers once again in ascending numerical order. Tonight, your winning line is number 7. Number 9. Number 13. Number 30. Number 34. And tonight, the Thunderball is number 11. One number per line, save 1. Don't think you get much for that, I'm afraid. Let's take a look at some of the bigger payouts. 3 on one line, going for B, Lotto Wolf, Sam, and Viator, all getting 1,000 pennies. And that's probably the best payout. Quite a few players getting one number with the Thunderball for 500 pennies. Let's take a look at overall winners tonight, overall total payouts. Viator with 1,600 across 3, Sam 1,500 across 2, Lotto Wolf 1,250 across 2, SB 1,250 across 3, Ben 1,250 across 3, B 1,000 across 1, Kamikaze 1,000 across 3, and Score 1,000 across 4. Very well done. If you did get some pennies out of the machine tonight, it's a bit tight tonight actually, considering the number of players. Let's see if we can make up for that with Vertigo, who has requested an additional lottery draw, an ancillary lottery draw. Feel success. 780.
What a shame.
You'd have been better off taking the 1,000, wouldn't you? Oh, well. That is the Thunderball draw for tonight. Vertigo and Solar Espion, welcome to the stream. All that's left for me to do is pick a raid message and a raid target and wrap things up. So I will see you for our raid in just a minute. And that, my friends, is it for another game night. And I'm afraid that is all the game night I have to offer this week. I'm terribly sorry to be changing the schedule when we were originally scheduled for Saturday night, but relatively lastminute.com holiday booking for Valentine's Day weekend this weekend. So yeah, we're just off to sort of making more of an effort to see my family, because it was something that we realised over Christmas I spent time with my family. I had a really nice time, and actually I just wish we could have stayed longer, but the time is so fleeting, and I'm so busy with both work and extracurricular and game night stuff like this that I don't get to see them. So we said, well, we all need to make more of an effort to see more of each other. So the place we were originally going is about halfway between where I am and my brother is. He's in Tunbridge direction over in Kent. We're actually ended up going a lot closer to him, but he does have a nearly 3-year-old, so it's marginally easier for us to travel than it is for for them. So, but yes, so apologies, I won't be here on Saturday, but I am going to be back next Thursday. I will be around in the Discord at various times over the next week or so. But yeah, I'm here next Thursday the 19th with Red Herrings by Oni, Risky Business by JR, and Apex by Shadowmane. Only the second appearance of Apex, and the first appearance was Christmas Day, which was unsurprisingly a slightly less well-attended stream. So for a lot of you, it might be the first time you're getting to see Apex unless you caught it on the VOD. Don't forget, you can check your pennies over on the Persephone Share website. That you can also get access to Game Night On Demand. In fact, I've got a button for On Demand right there, where all the episodes of Game Night right the way back to Season 1 are archived on YouTube and nice playlists and the nice view for it as well on the website. So do pootle on over there if you want to catch up on anything you might have missed. Ash is going to be back hopefully Friday week tomorrow. If not, it'll be Wednesday week, the week after. So yeah, either week tomorrow or Wednesday week. So make sure you go give him a follow. I'm going to be back next Thursday. All that's left for me to do is to pick a raid message and raid target. Looks like Argus still going, so I think he's a good shout for our raid target tonight. Let's go through some honourable mentions for raid messages. Luke Humphreys isn't real from Oni. Episode title.webp.png from Lupine. Missing number from Score. It's more than just a blur from Matt the Sprat. I like that. Brain.exe has stopped working from Stilgar. I mean, I like all of these, but I like that one more. I am not the writing tool from Lewis. Graham Flower from Oni. I do like that. Warsaw isn't a trick from Epic Galley. Hang on a minute. I think I gave special dispensation to jogging to get this message in, and it seems to have been submitted by somebody else, which means it can't win. That's a shame. The horse deserved it. Was going to be a winning message, or potentially winning message, but because it's not been submitted by the person I told to submit it, which I'm fairly sure that was jogging, it's been submitted by somebody else who is going to remain anonymous because that's the new rule we introduced. But sadly, I have to discard that message. I'm going to leave it there in case I'm mistaken, but hopefully jogging can confirm it was them that said it, and someone else stole your raid message. Comment mass tutting. Absolutely. The French physician who was French from the B channel. The breast is entertainment from Ardenfett. I think I have to keep that one as a maybe. I was about to give it condolence pennies, but not pity pennies, but I might have to keep that one. Keepers of the Quiche by Riff Raccoon and Quiche Lorraine by Fluffy Bunny. Two variations on the same theme there. So yeah, yet so far from Kamikaze. Kishi Dan from Quizzy Dan and Desdemona O'Connor from Oni. Right. So be honest, because I think I'm going to give pity pennies to jogging for this because I'm fairly sure it was jogging who said this. What is the rate for pity pennies? Is it 100? Raid message consolation. It's 100. Yeah, jogging. I'm going to give you 100 pennies because I'm fairly sure that's. It was you who said that. I'm not going to give them to the person who did. The horse deserved it. I did like the horse deserved it, but it can't be our raid message tonight. That's a real shame.
What a shame.
But I have got some other very good ones here. We've got... I've got it down to a choice of 3. Maybe me. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? Consolation. And... it's going to be Ardenfett's The Breast is Entertainment as consolation, I think. Which is funny, though, because the other one is also Ardenfett. So Ardenfett's had 2 left over. Tonight's raid message from Ardenfett's. The rest is podcasts. There were a couple of podcast references tonight, and I do like that as a raid message. So Ardenfett, you got the consolation pennies and the raid message. And we're going to say, the rest is podcast. We are going to go and see Argic. Just over the way, and say the rest is podcasts. And oh, hang on, it looks like there's a video. It's a video, but his commentary on it will probably be worth tuning in for. So let's go say hi to Argit because he's a good guy and suitably mad. Thank you very much once again to all the question writers this evening, to Shadowmane for Data Leak, to Poker for Bamboozle, to Jogging for the Purge, to Stimpson's Angle, and to Lewis for proofing, and to everyone who helps to make Game Night work behind the scenes. I'm immensely grateful to you. I'm hugely grateful to all of you for coming along and playing. I hope you've had fun with the quiz tonight. Like I say, I'm off this weekend, but I will be back for even more quiz next Thursday. Do poodle on over to the Discord. Come and hang out with us if you like. But until next time, you have been watching Game Night with me, Royal Flush. Be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. And as always, take care. Peace out and good night.
Understand, Snake. Any means necessary.